Legend up. Everything else is a bundle with some other dev. Wow, okay. That's pretty exciting though. So their first game was a banger, but they can only go up from here. And like I said, if they want to just redo Wizard of Legend 2018, I feel like the game's older than that. It's a 2018 game? 15 hours? And you've won a lot of times? Wait, I have 9 hours. Nami, when am I gonna start winning? Hang on. Maybe the cape is the issue. So we have increased healing received, increases critical heal, gold gain. I think that's actually really good. Max health, cooldowns down. And then just some skins. There are definitely arcana that make this game easier. Now, when you say arcana, is that like any slot or like specific slots that are better than others? What do I want to play today? Is this a circle? No, this is a A/X dodge roll button. We'll do some, not air dash. I kind of like frost dash. Think the rest is okay. Fun size, do you have a favorite? If you were to say, okay, V, if you were to unlock something right now, what would it be? Maybe a heroic blaze? Please tell me that gives me iframes. With every roguelike, synergies. But in this specifically, having a spell that counters the current biome's element. Pivot constantly, but I never have the money to do that. I feel like money in this game is so hard to come by. I can equip one thing. Lower the cooldown on my dash. Should be okay. Now, there are curses that might give you money. I feel like it's so hard to get to a point where, oh, I could just buy whatever I want. Like, we get that in games like Dead Cells and not quite Hades. Oh my god. Maybe this one doesn't count. Chat, do I need to destroy the environment? Is there anything to actually find in the barrels and such? Summons a sprite that poisons enemies, increase crit chance, slow enemies, increase overall signature gain. I don't ever do that. See, I have $40. You get money and health from barrels and boxes, yes? I don't know if I ever do that. I also think this is a game with no iframes on dodge roll. Okay. I mean, that might be a 5 things I wish I knew. I wasn't breaking the things. There's mimics in this game? I'm not dead. Crimson Clover. We're already half health. Yeah, whoever's playing this game, you all are freaking beasts. Like, screw all the games I play. This one is so much harder. Unless it's like, I'm just missing something. Oh, that does have some iframes. It's like a Dead Cells player that's just putting points in everything. We don't know. We don't know what we don't know. That's why it's an unknown unknown. Bust all this stuff up. Yeah, so like we're going up against lightning. What beats lightning? Does Earth beat lightning? Should, right? I feel like that's the only way real elemental games should work. Donkey? Party Animals. That's the name of the game, I think. Get destroyed. We got Stalwart Defense. Hey, that's good. B, that looks busted. This is one of those games where you have to press every single button. But yeah, games like this, it's always interesting to me to be like the one who doesn't know Game X. How do I open the map? R3? I wonder if I said that myself. Okay. Dead Cells is the hardest rollout you've played. 90% sure nothing one-shots you in this game. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm being funny. But I will be the one to find the one-shot. Blaze said always found this game hard. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Though you might just be saying that to make me feel better, which I appreciate. I press circle to dodge roll. I mean, fire does full damage. Looks like water does not. It's color-coded, I believe. Oh my god, are you kidding me? What happened to my Y button? I wanted to lead that with the drill, but the drill didn't come out. I must have gotten interrupted or something. Okay, so remember I said that I never have enough money to buy anything? I think we found out the reason why. I'm just buying health pots. This game has a knowledge cliff, but it gets easier once you figure it out. Yeah, I feel like there's one specific piece that perhaps I'm missing. And once we get over that hump, we'll be in good shape. I was sick. Okay, so while they're yellow, they're like invulnerable. Sick. It's a little gamer moment. Enhance. Y button, drill that pierces the heavens. It's pretty good. Increase the max number of active agents for all agent arcana. What? Agent? Agent 41? What in the world is agent? Summons? Pet build? Critical pet build? I don't even know if I have pets unlocked. We gotta swerve out of fire at some point. Did I win? Winner stream? I win a circle. See, I never have my signature spell. It's a blue meter that's under your health bar. I can never fill that thing up. That's gotta be the other thing. 5 things I wish I knew. How on earth do you fill the freaking meter? Oh my god! Just let me play the game. If I were a summon, I would totally know what I look like. Yeah, the agent element was from Avatar too. Not the James Cameron one. Where are you aiming at? Okay. So drill that pierces the heavens. A little bit of a scam, I feel. Please. My dream is to take no damage in one fight. You gotta have simple dreams, chat. Start slow, attainable goals, and then just go from there. Oh wow, it just went into the hole. My chess pieces. Small, attainable goals. I saw that recently in a tweet. Someone was saying that they want to reach like 1,000 viewers concurrent on Twitch in 2023. And it's like, okay, as nice as that probably is, you don't want to self-sabotage either and make yourself feel bad. You may as well go with something a little easier to achieve. Things that you can do under your own control. There we go. Cracked a little bit. The new animated Avatar series following the chosen one, the Agent Nation. Isn't that just America? Let's go this way. V, I don't get the joke. Don't worry, I don't get it either. I didn't watch any Avatar. Does that make me a fake weeb? Assuming that Avatar can even be seen as weebery, I suppose. Oh my god, you got me. That was fair. I don't know what you are. That's sick. You love Avatar: The Last Airbender. Are you positive? It increases damage, but signature arcana can no longer be charged. Max health is reduced, but damage increased. Attacks against enemies at full health deal bonus damage. Damage and stuns are increased, but move speed is reduced for each relic. Receive double relic drops. Lower gold gain for all wizards. Double relic drops. What do you all think about this? I think it's between 1 and 5. I bet money on it. I gotta see if Airless watched Avatar. I truly don't know. Let's go to purple. None of those curses are worth it. They're free though, right? Because like, keep in mind, I can barely charge anything, ever. So I feel like I probably can at least take the stylus. Does not cost me anything. So mad that had money in it. Can you reroll? No. No agents? I think I need to replace my B button at some point. Doesn't have to be on this round, it could be the next one. Homing Flare is S tier. What in the world is that? But I'm gonna have to fight a fire character. And wind, I think. Oh, this is lightning. We're definitely fighting fire. I know that 100%. Basic Arcana increased crit chance. All damage up. I know I heal after the boss. Maybe we should be fine. Regenerate health every time you pick up a Chaos Gem and increase armor based off of Chaos Gem's health. Wait, is that busted? I'm gonna get a ton of Chaos Gems up ahead. This was double for what? Lower gold gain. Yeah, we can't do that. Don't laugh at me. It's a lot. Oh my god. Gotta kill the ad. I thought I had iframes during that. Whatever. What am I even thinking? Summons a sprite. No, that's not an agent. I don't want agents. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever seen this before. And before it gets me killed? Is there a recycle in this game that I don't know about? No recycling? See if they made Wizard of Legend Returns and added recycling, be a freaking 10 out of 10 game. Oh, that was not much healing. I thought I was gonna get Chaos Gems. Bunch of thunder puns. Oh my god, get out! There we go. We didn't expect you to do thunder stuff. I like how you thundered that thunder. Ooh. Wait, can I press this anytime? No, it's just in my stock. Fire off a volley of arcing tracers that returns to you. I think I remember this was really strong, but like I said, I think I have to swerve out of fire. Always love the spells in this game. Yeah, I'm still waiting on someone. There's a lot of devs out there who want to scratch the mixing spells together niche. I feel like people are not quite there yet. Okay. Like nothing ever happened. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm doing reduced damage with the fire. What is this? There are keys in this game? Rare chest? Instantly teleports you to the exit when entering a new stage, but the encounter is significantly more difficult. Huh? Gotta spam my other button. So I think we can play wind. Unleash a flowing burst of wind that forcefully lines up foes it strikes. Does anyone know if earth beats fire? We know that earth beats lightning. It would have to be like neutral with fire. It does in Pokemon. I don't have the money anyway. Please. Assuming this actually helps. Yeah, so we don't know if like earth is wood in this game. Oh god. Because like there's different ways to take it. Even lightning, you might consider maybe it's wind. Maybe it's like air damage. Water can be ice as well, and maybe ice is weak to fire. But not in this game. We know that fire does lesser damage. Oh my god. 33 health. Oh, that was so fast! I like can't help but take health pots. Increase all damage. Significantly lower knockback. Increase armor. Increase damage and move speed. Boosted when you're playing with actual people. Imagine knowing people. Just got back, you pulled Wizard and Draft, that's awesome. This is our second time, as a matter of fact, which is pretty wild to me. You all been pulling like really, really rare stuff all day. But this is like what draft is all about, because the odds of me pulling up this game on like a random day maybe I have to get rid of the drill. I think it's getting me killed. It's kind of tough to just like pop in this game and play for absolutely no reason. Of course, the reason is like I want to learn the game and get better at it. But like there's a lot of things I'm already in that position with. So it's more like, how do you figure out which game is gonna be the one you're gonna learn? Oh, I didn't know they do that. Increase damage, but store prices up. All projectile increase, melee down. Charge rate, you can't do that. Reduce max HP, increase max health for each enemy defeated. I wonder if that scales my current health to it. Like, I'm already pretty low on health anyway. Crit plus lifesteal builds are fun. Did we see a lifesteal yet? Armor. There's synergies in this game of some kind too. Oh my god. That's it. I just want to clear out the freaking mob. Come on. I think I got baited by the drill. Drill is on no pickup ever. NPE. GG's indeed. I like the game. I like winning. Let's do one more. Can't end it off that, V. Come on now. Come on. I want to win. Someone said that by the 15th hour, I should get my first win. Wait, I have a lot of money. What'd I just get? Cost down? Capes are kind of crucial to the build. So right now I'm just using gold gain, because I was having a very, very tough time having enough money to buy the next spell. Toxic vines to poison. nothing, apparently. Is this the second or third game? This is game 2. I feel like that's basically drill. If it gave you iframes, it would be kind of sick. Wave dash? Race forward while enveloped in a watery globe that shields you. I have never seen that before. There's a lot of stuff in here. I should probably explore it a bit more. Okay, so we'll grab that. Did I get the hammer? Okay, so that's a strat. It's even new outfits for me to pick up too, wow. Alright, we beat fire all day. So yeah, there's so many games. This is why I kind of brought up the draft idea. Is that I want to play stuff. I know you all want me to play stuff as well. I gotta figure out like a time slot for it. And this is the best I could come up with. Dedicated time to play said games. What are you? Allow me to buy your relics. Just drop them on the ground and I'll pay. Buddy, I can barely get my own relics. If he wins, Zag gets a ton of cash. Good luck. Do I need luck to win? I need, like, knowledge. I need an injection of just brain juice. I press circle. Oh my god. Okay, so it looks like Earth is neutral to fire. So we should be good for the rest of the run using Earth. I do like the idea of swerving into other stuff. Definitely something I wasn't doing a ton of before. Don't know what this is. Guess it's a buff. Get out! My god, my cooldowns are so long. There we go. All right. Water will last us until the last biome, I think. I don't remember who's in slot 2. Still not done yet, wow. So it does have a map completion number. I don't know if there's some kind of bonus for completing the full map. Throw a button. And these float. Are there different difficulties in this game? Is that the issue? I'm playing on the hard difficulty? Trust us, V? You're not? Here we go. Sick. Ill dead end. That sucks. I feel like I got robbed of a red portal. It wants to buy relics, but I actually have none to give. Hook me up. Oh, unlucky. Wait, do I destroy projectiles? Certainly seems like I did. Huh. Can't check in your Twitch recap? Try !follow age. Some streamers have that as a banned word, but it should be available. Earth damage up. I actually think we're doing this. Taking damage increases max health. And it has like a synergy to it. I'm freaking broke. Okay, you know what? Designed by artisan Purdy Dan Savvy. Is that like a Kickstarter? This relic activates when taking damage at low health and briefly removes cooldowns. You can have it. No offense to whoever that person is. We'll need that for later. Yeah, that's assuming that follow age is accurate. I assume it is though. I don't know if it's like the date or like the amount of time. But that'd be the same thing, right? I guess it would be if it's based off of Go Live. I don't think it is. Yeah, so my circle definitely destroys projectiles, which is nice. My God. Didn't even know that was a real monster. Yeah, it's crazy to think that Queen of the Sea was January of 2022. It seems so long ago, but I guess it technically is. One day. And then we'll be in the same boat for what's coming up. For 2022, like the way how it all lined up, I think my #1 most viewed month was January, which was the last DLC. Gains energy charge every time you pick up a Chaos Gem. Has a chance to fire off a pair of Dragon Arcs. That sounds good. Enhances your dash, lowers the cooldown. Shock. Crit chance. Of course, we're hoping for that same kind of momentum, assuming that the next DLC we can do stuff with. Yo, Disco Lizard, welcome. Happy to have you here. This one's for you, Disco. Signed and sealed. Okay, pretty sure I know how to play this game. Extremely sure. Still want to believe Motion Twin will release on literally January 1st as Troll. I hope not, but if they do believe they're ready, then I'll be there. All your gold for all my Chaos Gems. I can't. I need every freaking dollar. I definitely wonder when Hades 2 would be. Because in terms of like contenders, I'd say that's probably the #1. Even Have a Nice Death, as great as the game is, I would assume that Dead Cells probably... Not to say that devs should care about other devs' release dates. But think about Forspoken getting released alongside Elden Ring, like, it's a loss. Nothing toxic about that, you just can't really do anything. I don't think we want this. So like, if timing matters, I guess releasing sooner is better than later, even though I don't want it to be. Strictly to make sure that you're not in line with Hades 2 release date. Yes, last year was January 6th. If you're here in the US, that date might be interesting to you, but remember, Motion Twin is a French company. We were streaming on the Steam store page too. Yeah, Forspoken got pushed back to 2023, that's right. But it was originally a 2022 release date, I believe. Alright, let's see if we die. Another rogue. The freaking archers. Like, it's not rocket science. It's just like, I can't stop myself from getting hit based off of attack timing. It's just like not in my brain. Friendship bracelet, is that another like multiplayer item? Like super weird. Increased damage and move speed boosted when you're with a buddy, IRL. No, boosted if you know people IRL. Alright, boss time. Do you think wizards are cool? Depends on the wizard. I've never really been a wizard fan. I'm more of like a, well, I guess as a kid, more of a rogue. But then I think all kids were like that. So then I kind of went from that to now warrior barbarian. And I think that's more my playstyle now. Oh, I didn't know what that was. Are you warmed up? Fire pun. Hot stuff. I'm just gonna chill. I only have one spell. Like, you all don't know, like, the Dead Cells in me really wants to just fight. Like, despite what the boss is doing, It's like I should be DPSing. That's the only thing on my mind. I gotta get rid of the Y button. I haven't hit it once. So bad. You're really on fire. Hot things. Spicy. Wait, are there rewards for getting no hits? You can now equip this Arcana by talking. We got Cactus Familiar that unleashes a spiky barrage. What? All right. Okay. In shadow, we find light safely sealed in darkest night. Sleep tight. It's a good quote. We don't have any lightning in the kit. 1,000 Needles Cactar reference. For all of my, all of one person who knows Final Fantasy 11. 11 has what are essentially world bosses, but every boss is kind of a world boss, unless it was in an instance. So there was one called Cactrot Rapido. And Cactrot Rapido spawned in Altepa Desert. And it just runs around the map. It doesn't really aggro people. Oh wow, really? It's just kinda there. And then if you can catch up to it, because it's moving at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, you can fight it. But it doesn't, like it's really hard to land a claim on it, period. And then you need a party because it does like 10,000 needles. So it does damage split between the party. So even if you were to like see it and try to ask people to join up, you need enough people to not auto die. Oh my god. I thought that was done. 50 damage? I do get iframes during that, which is nice. Cactrot Rapido dropped Dune Boots, which is a pair of shoes that increases crit damage. Not crit damage, kick damage. For monks. Regain health by pushing enemies into pits. Regenerate health every time you land a crit. Wait, that's actually really good, right? We already passed on a crit item too, which is unfortunate. Hopefully there's like natural crit in this game. I cannot get out. So I do have my Dune Boots. I don't remember how many people. I feel like we took the whole guild, and anyone who had Monk, we were just there for like 4 hours, getting everyone Dune Boots. Wow, I lost my circle button. And that's how MMOs were back in the day, is that it takes 4 hours plus to get everyone everything. The long-term effects of Arcana. Would you like to donate an Arcana to research? Wow, she took the exact one that I hoped she did. I didn't know it was random. That could have been bad. Currently playing Crisis Core. So that is like the new remake, right? That they released on, is it on Steam or is it only on PlayStation? I think it is on Steam as well. Originally a PSP game. Ooh, I healed. Mimic? I thought I had iframes during that. Toxic trap. Kind of weird. I didn't play Final Fantasy VII. Not that I had any issue with the game. I think I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater at the time. I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy VIII. I don't believe I beat it though. I think my friend asked for it back before I finished it. I need this. I also need health still. Gotta find the rest of the shops. Birth by Sleep were so popular back for that system. For PSP? Wasn't Birth by Sleep the 3DS game? Literally bodied just now. PSP. Which Kingdom Hearts game was the DS game, which I think was a card game? Grab this. Oh my god, that's a big heal. 358 divided by 2? I thought that was the mobile game. Like the phone game. Which one's Dream Drop Distance then? I think that's 3DS because it's supposed to be 3Ds, Dream Drop Distance. Not again. Oh, but my dash should be really good here. Poison coming in clutch. Huge. Yeah, we need this. 100%. Alright, send this. Chain of Memories is the card game and was on Game Boy Advance. They had Kingdom Hearts games that far back? Game Boy Advance? Really? You're telling me the Kingdom Hearts series is like a 25-year-old series? One thing about this game is the fact that stuff can like spawn and instantly hit you. That's like super tough. I'm sure it's a get good. Like, don't be over there. Certainly doesn't feel that way. But it's funny because I say all of this, and like I wonder, for the games that I am decent at, is it the same case where someone else would say there's no way that this is how it is? Yo, the crit heals though, they're really good. Like, if I just could find a way to get crit, we will be good. The chapter between 1 and 2. So that's when Roxas is already split. I don't know the freaking story. I'm not even gonna begin to try to imagine what is happening during that time frame. Take dodge. Yo, Techno Shot, good to see you, welcome. New chatter. Like, I think Kingdom Hearts, no offense, it's a great game to watch on YouTube. Like, if you have the time to invest, then definitely by all means do so. I almost feel like the devs somehow knew that YouTube would be a thing when they first made it. It's like, okay, we'll make a game that will be almost impossible to get the full story yourself. We want people to, like, community the whole thing. Communitize? I'm trying to think of a good word for it. We need to crowdsource the story. And then maybe the dev themselves is the one on YouTube. They create the video, double dip a little bit. That's how you do it. These must be agents. I need a new basic. Let's chill. Don't dive into the story. You're just saying straight up, don't do it. Save your sanity. Your brain can only contain so much information. Wait, that was free health in here? Adds more use to all multi-use. Regain health by pushing. Plies Doki the Banker to appear in Chaos Trials. Only one token can be held in effect. What? Health orbs drop more. The game saying I'm bad? I need crit. Oh, we need red portal. North? Okay. Yeah, I'd say the only game that I got like super engrossed in enough to like play the stories and then go to YouTube and stuff like that was probably Xenosaga. Though I guess Final Fantasy XI did get me on YouTube for a bit. How is this run going? Well, they gave me healing. You know how it is in a roguelike. If you can find healing in a roguelike, it's probably busted. Your attacks on council members are more punishing. Enemy attacks pack a more punch. All chaos gems no longer gained. They get transformed to gold. Increase all damage dealt. Lower your move speed. Increase basic arcana damage. Reduce the charge time. Increase cooldowns. Grants a significant boost to armor. Lose gold when you're hit. Alright, so I'm gonna take the chaos gem thing because that's for unlocks. And I feel like I can't unlock anything if I just lose. You play that trilogy too? Xenosaga? It's the homie in the chat right now. Only real ones know how bad the Gnosis really are. I don't know what this is. Doki the Banker. I feel like I'm wasting my money for taking this. Albedo was a good character. Wild, yes, but like done well, I feel. Like it's one thing to just have a character be wild, but like with no substance. Trying to clear up this mob a little bit. I thought I had iframes during that. Free! This fueled berserk. Does it hurt me? Enter a burning rage that speeds up base arcana. I'm thinking no. Get the heal. I want to save. Like, I feel as though I should probably pick up something. Gotta save the money. Hopefully I can come back for that health. Frost Queen Freya. You're icy. I say cold things. Water's wet. Oh my god. Breathe. Oh, what? Well. Oh yeah, no iframes. This should kill her. Summons? Alright, just kill her, I guess. Not bad. You stayed cool, something frosty. Oh my god, there's so much health back there. Frost? We're going up against lightning, so we don't take that, I guess. Maybe I can sell it or something. This is gonna suck. Alright. I got freaking stun locked. What am I supposed to do? You liked episode 3's mech battles? So, a fun thing, Xenosaga went through like a couple of iterations for its battle system. They landed on this like break system where you break the enemy's stance. And basically it involved like either doing vertical attacks, I guess you could say, or horizontal attacks. So you're kind of doing combos. You're launching them. And like it actually was pretty good even in the second game. It's just the second game had its other issues. Voice acting and a few others. I do break projectiles. Yo, Stayed Raptor. Welcome, welcome. New dodge. Rock Solid Tomahawk. We're going up against lightning. No basic attack. This is actually really good. Yeah. So now we have like 2 spells, because the other one I'm not really using at all. Okay. Bosses pulling that crap in 2 had you heated. I like when bosses do the same mechanics you do. It makes it feel like it's like another person almost. Wow, this is bad. We got the boy axe. Never mind, ain't no boy axe I've ever seen. Oh my god. I was doing so well. So we found more crit. Cosmo says Xion changing voice actor was really weird. I think Momo changed hers too. Unless they just made her sound different for the sake of immersion. Oh my god. Alright, so we're going up against like high-level enemies now. Which are like super evil. Oh, I just barely missed that. I feel like I'm starting to get into it. Alright, what you got? Give me crit. Signature charge when you pick up stuff. Resistance to fire. We already fought fire. Restores all health on pickup. Increases all damage dealt while at full health. That could be good. Let's hold. Hold for a second. The main crit source is a cape. I don't know if I have a crit cape. I might. I have to take a look. Of course, I didn't know I would be in here doing crit stuff. All your gold for all my gems. I need this. Like, I wish I could help you out, but it ain't happening. I'd say we're almost at the end, though. Gain signature charge every time you pick up a chaos gem. Increase damage based off the amount of chaos gems. And I cannot get more chaos gems. Gain gold when defeating a council member, but I think there's only one member left. I don't think that helps me. Oh my god. Alright. That is not iframes. It's the opposite of iframes. Great. Is there anything I can possibly do now? Health? Didn't even heal me to full. Feels bad. Oh crap, I have another biome left? I thought we were done. I love the loading. I wonder if any of that's legitimate, or did they just put in the text? It's like, alright, just make up some stuff. The game's been loaded for a while, it's just immersion. You die if you try. I am actually getting destroyed here. So these can't be interrupted. So it's like I have to just poke it and then cancel my attack. Jeez. What are the Cactuar doing? I thought they had them stunned up. Chat. Is it that hard? No, right? There's like a fundamental issue here. It's like I want to attack before it attacks me. If someone told me that was a player, like I'm playing a battle royale and someone dropped into my game and comboed me like that, I would 100% believe you. Wow. Okay. Let me just see if I have that crit cape. Critical heal. Max health. So I don't, and there's plenty of stuff that I can unlock. I only have a few hours in the game. We don't have a lot of the spells. A lot of the relics too. And there's all of this fun stuff up here. So pretty good. Unfortunately, we call that one a nay. Game hard. But you know what? We're at 50% win rate today. Baker said you only need to win half your games to get into platinum. So I feel like we're already ahead of the curve. Definitely big thank you to whoever submitted the Wizard of Legends. Appreciate it, appreciate it. For those wondering why we were doing that, we're doing draft. Yo, these have been good drafts lately. I'm happy I could do this stuff because, as I said, I always get asked to play games, but like I don't always have a chance to do it, an open time slot. This, I think, is the only way I can. We invented a time slot by coming up with draft. Yo, so Huntress, good to see you. Pyro, those were yours. Thank you, Pyro. All right, we got a little bit of time before we draw the third game of the day. If anyone wants to submit a game, you can do so with !draft. We got, what do I see in there? I see Dungeon Munchies, Vampire Survivors, Gunfire Reborn, 30XX, Revita, Curse of the Dead Gods, Risk of Rain 2, not Risk of Rain Returns. While this is going, I'm gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Do I still have words on stream up? I do. High on Life. While people were joking that it's a Metroidvania, I would say probably not a roguelike. 5 minutes on the clock. We're gonna step away, but feel free to submit your own draft requests in the meantime. BRB, everybody.